My name is Hamida Labi. I'm a Georgia native. I'm also policy counsel at the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund. Since its founding more than 80 years ago by Thurgood Marshall, LDF has worked to secure and protect Black Americans' right to vote, which the Supreme Court has called preservative of all rights. We urge this committee to vote down House Bill 1464 and to craft legislation that builds upon the strong turnout of voters of color in recent elections and tears down remaining barriers to the ballot rather than complicating the electoral process for voters and administrators alike. I'll highlight three of our specific concerns quickly. First, this bill's expansion of the GBI's mandate to investigate election crimes without a referral is not necessary and sends the wrong message to voters. Georgia's elections have been put under a microscope, and the myth of significant election crimes or voter fraud has been shattered. We know that excessive law enforcement presence at the polls or involvement in elections generally can be intimidating to voters. And this is especially true in Black communities that have felt the brunt of well-documented abuse. Second, this bill's reduction of the number of voting machines required on election day could lead to longer lines, which is already a tremendous problem here in Georgia. Georgia's made national headlines for long voting lines in 2020, both on primary election day and during early voting in the general election. State lawmakers should be working to address this problem directly, not exacerbate it. Election rules have changed substantially since the record 2020 early vote turnout, and we know that Black voters on average wait longer than other voters. The state should not lower this basic standard for voter access unless and until it becomes clear over several election cycles that one machine per 250 voters is not needed. Third, several of this bill's provisions put more burdens on county officials without resources to support these requirements. Much of you've heard today from many of the folks who have testified, including the chain of custody rules and the ballot inspection access. We encourage you to solicit and listen to feedback on these items from election officials in counties, especially with large Black populations, because we know that they are consistently asked to do the most with the fewest resources. There's a common theme here. People of color participated in the political process in record numbers during the 2020 election, and nowhere was that more consequential than here in our state. Some people do not like that this nation and Georgia are moving forward and inching closer to the one person, one vote ideals. People who are afraid of a robust, inclusive, multiracial democracy are pushing you to enact false solutions in search of made-up problems. Thank you for taking our testimony. We'll submit additional written comment.